Hello, my dears, my dear Aries and Ascendant Aries. Welcome back, you beautiful, dynamic creatures.
Hello.
I am so thrilled you're joining us today as we look into your celestial roadmap for December.
And what a month it is.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
This isn't just about, getting through the holidays. This is a monumental period. It feels like the sky is delivering a complete trajectory reset.
That's a perfect summary. Yeah. When we look at the sky energies for the Ram this month, it's this potent mix of ambition and really necessary renewal.
Right.
Our sources are suggesting that what you start professionally right now doesn't just impact the next few weeks. It's actually setting the course for the next 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Okay, we have to unpack that enormous time frame because that feels like the defining feature of this whole conversation.
It is.
So when we talk about success that develops by inertia over the next 30 months, what planetary shift is causing this powerful long-term push?
It all centers on Mars, your ruling planet, the planet of action, drive, mobilization. Around December 15th, Mars moves into Capricorn. And Capricorn is the sign of, structure, legacy, corporate power.
And Mars is happy there, right?
It's more than happy. It's exalted in Capricorn. So it's highly productive, super disciplined, and incredibly goal-oriented in this sign. It's Mars at its absolute peak efficiency.
Okay, that makes sense for career. But I'm stuck on the 2.5-year thing. Mars usually moves through a sign in, about 6 weeks?
That's the key. That's the technical nuance our source material is highlighting. While the transit itself lasts until late January, the highly structural nature of Capricorn means that the ambitious actions you take during this period create a foundation that resists decay.
So it's like pouring concrete.
Exactly. Analysts call it the inertia principle. For Aries, this means every career plan, every pitch, every structure you put in place between mid-December and late January 2026 will just continue to gain speed. It builds momentum almost by itself through the next full Mars cycle.
That is incredible leverage. So if you're an Aries listening, my honeys, this is not the time for small goals.
Not at all.
This is the time to aim for the absolute summit. We're talking monumental, long-term goals in career and social status.
Precisely. It's about securing long-term results. And Aries being the sign of initiation, you're going to feel this profound, positive mobilization of your inner potential. This is about aiming for higher and more meaningful goals, because the effort you put in now, it yields geometric returns by 2026.
But what if one of our listeners feels, a little intimidated by the scale of this? I mean, what's the risk of not aiming high during this window?
Well, if you don't use this energy constructively, it can manifest as frustration or internal conflict. Mars energy doesn't just disappear. If it's not channeled into building something external, it can lead to pointless internal struggles. The risk is simply wasting an incredible opportunity for professional ascension.
Okay, so a very practical warning. And this momentum isn't just starting from a dead stop, right? The energy builds mid-month.
Absolutely. The week leading up to it, say December 8th to the 14th, is already pushing you to catch up. Think of it as a cosmic prep phase, clearing the decks.
Totally. You're being urged to focus on tasks that have stalled, those challenges you've been putting off. Mars in Capricorn gives you the structured force to turn them into victories. It ensures your slate is clean for the big goals.
Got it. So use that mid-month burst to clean up the past so you can maximize the launch.
Yes.
Which brings us perfectly to the critical new moon event, because you can't build a solid future if there are cracks in the foundation.
And now we shift to a more complex, maybe even sobering energy. According to this month's sky indicators, the new moon around December 20th. It happens during a very complicated astrological week.
Uh-oh.
This lunation has the potential to reactivate unresolved issues from the past. And we're talking tangible, real-world matters.
What kind of tangible matters are we talking about here?
The indicators are pointing very specifically to things like paperwork, long-term contracts, legal matters.
The fun stuff.
The fun stuff, yeah. Or even communication issues with people who are, far away. And here's why it feels heavy. This new moon is closely squared by Saturn and Neptune.
That sounds like a tough crowd. How does that aspect show up for an ambitious Aries?
Well, Saturn is the great taskmaster. It demands accountability. And Neptune governs illusion, dreams, and sometimes delusion.
Right.
When they square the new moon, it acts as a very hard reality check. It's the universe pulling back the curtain on any unrealistic plans or difficult truths you've been avoiding.
A necessary bubble-popping moment.
That's the perfect way to put it. It forces you to see exactly where you stand.
So if you've been ignoring that difficult contract or refusing to face a legal mess, The universe is basically giving you a deadline and a spotlight.
Exactly. You're being prompted to make some decisive choices. What draining priorities do you need to abandon? What long-standing issues must you finally address? It's painful, but it's necessary.
And it connects back to the Mars transit.
It does. The sources stress that whatever outcomes you choose now, whether you commit to fixing it or ending it, will take a final, solid form by January 2026. This is foundational work.
Wow, the stakes just could not be higher. And that reality check happens right before the winter solstice on December 21st, the rebirth of the light. So how should Aries use that intense energy?
So the new moon clears the space, and the solstice lets you plant new seeds in that freshly cleared ground. This whole week is extremely potent for setting intentions.
Okay.
Instead of lingering on the hard reality check, you're encouraged to meditate on what worked, where did breakthroughs happen? You're clearing space and planting clear, realistic intentions for the next 3 months.
Yeah, look back at the evidence of your capability, not just the evidence of your struggle. I love that. It's a powerful pivot.
It connects your ambition to intentionality. It ensures your foundation is built on truth and earned wisdom, not delusion.
Speaking of intentionality, my beauties, here's where we move from professional structure to the vital, life-affirming energy of personal healing. Let's talk about the Chiron and Eros energy hooked up to this new moon cycle.
Yes. Let's start with Eros. Simply put, Eros is the deeper meaning of life force energy. It's passion, vitality. It's the drive toward life.
And Chiron.
Chiron represents the wounded healer. It's that part of us that was deeply hurt, but through healing becomes our greatest source of wisdom.
So the sky is providing a direct line to revitalize our essential life force and address a very specific, long-standing Aries wound. What's that wound focused on right now?
For Aries, this chironic healing is tied directly to the themes of the ninth house, meaning purpose, your belief systems, your dharma, your life path. The sources note that since about 2019, this wound has been subtly affecting your sense of purpose, career fulfillment, causing a kind of heaviness or burnout.
That rings so true. The Aries identity is completely tied to their purpose. If the purpose feels wounded, the whole self feels heavy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this December energy is a chance to revitalize your emotional wellness, to shake off that 5-year heaviness and find a renewed sense of purpose. It's a re-enchantment.
A chance to fall back in love with your own life's path? I love that. And this re-enchantment, it also extends into relationships, doesn't it? Especially for those looking for love.
It does. The new moon is generating a powerful current of romance, particularly for single Aries sun, moon, or rising. The key thing here is that these connections are tied to those ninth house themes.
So people from a spiritual community, maybe, or an educational setting.
Or someone who represents a far-off land and shore, a different culture or background that just expands your world.
A connection that opens up your worldview. Oh, and I have to jump in right here, my dear listener. Be sure to follow your rising sign, my sweeties. It is so important. This reading speaks to both Sun and Ascendant Aries, and the Ascendant often dictates how you receive these new opportunities.
That emphasis is vital, yeah. And if love isn't the primary focus, the ruler of this lunation, Jupiter, is opening up major opportunities related to your home. Within the next 6 months, this energy could open doors to a new, exciting home that truly reinvigorates you. It connects your emotional wellness and sense of purpose directly to your physical living space.
Wow. Okay, a total life reset. We have this powerful, long-term professional drive, deep healing around purpose, and shifts in love and home. That is a massive amount of energy. So let's wrap this up with some practical steps and necessary cautions.
Okay, let's talk finances and allies. The early part of the month, from December 1st to the 7th, is excellent for dependable support, moral and material. You're likely to get rewards for efforts you've put in previously.
So the financial flow is generally supportive. But the holidays and all that Mars energy can bring impulse spending. Where's the caution needed?
Caution is absolutely essential with expenses. They often rise sharply, and Aries must actively avoid conflicts or overly risky competitive actions that could destabilize finances.
Got it.
And remember the full moon around December 5th. That's key for managing your network. It's about strengthening beneficial alliances and, just as importantly, decisively releasing the toxic ones.
Use your allies as springboards, but cut the chains that drag you down. Smart.
It is. Progress in early December comes from showing your expertise and relying on supportive people. Don't go it alone.
And finally, we have to reiterate that bureaucratic caution. The energy around paperwork and contracts just seems so strong this month.
It's the Achilles heel. Throughout December, especially mid-month, you have to be meticulously careful with documents, contracts, any legal matters. This extends to dealings with financial and governmental institutions. Keep your records impeccable.
The message is clear. The cosmic architecture is being built now, and that foundation has to be solid, clean, and well documented. What about personal support? I see themes of stability from home and family.
Yes, that's your anchor. That's your source of unconditional strength. Home and family can bring stability and really positive changes. Use that deep stability to launch into your professional goals with confidence.
Amazing. Okay, my dear Aries, you are entering a period of monumental 2.5-year growth. This is not just a monthly reading, it's a lifetime adjustment. The sky is demanding your next great beginning, dear Ram. So use the disciplined fire in your soul to forge a path that lasts for years to come.
Here, here.
If this whole exploration resonated with your beautiful, ambitious soul, don't just sit there. Channel that immediate Aries action. Give us a like and drop a comment below sharing one monumental goal you're setting for 2026.
We can't wait to read your intentions.
Now, for all our sweet Taurus listeners, get ready, because the heavens are about to lay out your stable, sensual, and successful celestial landscape next.